Hi, I'm Kevin from Harlequin Nature Graphics, and I'd like to welcome you to our 4th annual virtual trade show. The concept originally was, and still is, that for people who can't make it out to the trade shows or that want to add something more to the trade show experience can check out exactly how we set it up at Toronto and the Alberta shows. So basically we set up our whole display similar to how it is at the gift shows, the gift fairs, and again in Toronto and Alberta. We hope to see you there, but if you can't make it, at least you have this virtual trade show to learn a little bit more about us. As you can see we've got all our designs here, and yes, we have quite a few, probably over 100 at any given time, and we're always trying to improve upon that and get rid of old designs. And even though sometimes some of you say, hey, where'd that design go? I liked it. We have to keep things fresh, keep trying new designs, and also respecting the fact that we have these old classic designs like Trilogy, for example, Light Show, that have been around for a long time but continue to turn at the retail. So that's why we keep them around. And while I'm mentioning that, I should also mention that if there is an old design of ours that you would really loved and you wanted, or which a lot of you are doing with the custom designs, and we're there for you. We can handle it. We have the technology and the people mostly to make sure that works. This is the new catalog, which you've already seen, I hope. And if not, please give us a call. And in it are all the designs you see on the wall here. Not everything got on the wall, but most of it is on the wall here. And everything in this catalog is right now in this warehouse. And it's on a shelf and it's ready to go out the door. So that's the souvenir business. You guys can't be waiting for it. When you go to the January and February and you book product and you expect it in May, you're going to get it in May. The catalog is on the website. There'll be no pricing. So if you want pricing, then you'd have to give us a call and we'll go over the pricing with you. But very competitive. If you look behind me now, we've got many artists who've worked with us for over the years from Canada, the US, and Europe. We're doing more and more with Canadian artists, and I know that's near and dear to your hearts because that's what we want to impress upon people too, is the fine art that we have here, and what better person to depict Canadian wildlife than Canadian artists. Patrick Lamont down here, he's got a very whimsical and gives personality to the animals and wildlife that he represents and that we put on t-shirts, and we're happy to work with Patrick. He's a great guy. Carrie Lair is another Canadian artist who actually, I didn't have to be talked into it, but it took me a while to figure out whether her art would work with us, because this is our traditional look, you know, very realistic, and that's what you've used to coming to Harlequin Nature Graphics for. When we did the Carrie Lair look, it was a little bit different, a little bit more artistic flair to it, a little bit more out there from our standard and standpoint. But that Very Wet Bear became the #1 selling design. So almost as soon as it came out. So thank you very much, Carrie, and customers for recognizing the quality of her art. We also do her Very Wet Bear in the sapphire. We put it down here just for you to see, but it's the maroon that seems to sell the most. And so on the heels of that, you know, we came out with the Polar Show on a navy heather, doing really well for us. These also end up on hoodies too. But the Gray Wolf has done really well. And this year we're adding her grizzly design. We call it Grizzly Pride. And we went with her name of Bull Rush and went with Bull Rush design too. These two are on paper right now. They haven't quite been printed yet. The sun shirts last year, we brought those in because we knew there was a missing part to our mix. We had some ladies' garments, but not that many. And some of you actually took a chance, and I really appreciate you taking a chance because, and you were smart about it. You took just a little bits, like 3 of each, 6 of each, that kind of thing, to see how they did. And the #1 seller is actually going to be modeled by Sherry, my wife, the Vanna of the the business. And as you can see, this is Dreamcatcher. This is the #1 selling design for, I think, obvious reasons, but also that it's a native design, that that's the native symbols that's kind of can be sold right across the country. And that's kind of what the barometer is for a lot of our products, is that if it can be sold right across the country. Thanks, Sherry, AKA. So, and you guys, you can see with the other sun shirts here, we've got them all out. Now, these are the sun shirts now that have the shark cut. You'll see in the catalog, they have their only shark cut. We found that the shark cut outsold the straight cut by a long shot. And also, they're more forgiving size-wise. It's easier for women to fit into them. Sherry is wearing a small, for example, there. Normally she wears a medium. So just for those of you who haven't tried the sun shirts, the size is one out. So if you're normally a medium, you'd go to a small in these. So it's better with the other ones. There was a medium would fit a medium, but it was a straight cut. It wasn't a very good fit for a lot of people. So now we only carry these. We only stock the shark cut in these designs. Now we do carry some other ladies' products in the traditional Gildan type of 5000L. Sherry's here, and I get her to show you this one now. She did the quick change, and this is the full moon loon, we call it, and it's a carry layer. And as you can see how striking it is on the purple. We actually had it on another blue color too, but this color outsold it by far. And because of the femininity of this design, we're only going to keep it on a lady's garment. But as you can see, it looks really sharp. And you know, we've had trouble with loon designs, but now this design is really selling well. And also, you'll notice here, thanks, sir. There's a hang tag on the back, Carrie Lair's bio and story, and then pictures of all the designs we carry on our website there as well, so that the consumer has an added value with the hang tag. They can grab the tag and learn more about Carrie and know that this is a Canadian artist, screen printed by a Canadian company. For the most part, these are shirts in these frames, and we started this a few years ago. We've changed it up this year, as many of you will notice. And the reason it's in frames is that this is art, and that's the concept that we had originally, to put it in frames. And it really, I think it really highlights and accentuates the art. I mean, sometimes it gets a little awkward at the gift show when art galleries come by and they want to buy the art, then they realize it's actually a t-shirt. So that's why we try to hang some t-shirts in the display as well, because anyhow, to avoid that confusion. But yes, as you know, you're quite familiar with a lot of these designs. Those of you who aren't, you know, the best-selling design I mentioned, Very Wet Bear, the top 5 or 10, Black Bear in the Mist did amazingly well. We actually have it on a softer shirt now too. Spirit Bear is always in the top 10 designs. That's our BC Kermode. It doesn't sell for everyone, but you know, people in other provinces are actually carrying this design because it's just a beautiful design. Light Show one time was going to be discontinued, and I love the design so much we put it on a lady's garment, and then they asked for it back on an adulty again. So it's one of those designs that, you know, designs come and go and you think, oh well, it's slowing down, we should get rid of it, but I love it so much I don't want to. And it turns out that it turns around and it comes back again because you want to rotate stuff through your store as well. We get it. Right? Grey Wolf, again, another carry layer design that's done really well for us. In the catalog, we have actually not marked down the number 1, 2, 3, wolf, bear, 5 in the case of the children's, eagle, so that you can see what the best sellers are. We're not trying to direct traffic, but we do want you to know this is the one that's seen some success. So if you are wondering which one to carry the best seller, and then carry whatever other one you think works best for your market. That's kind of what we're trying to achieve there. So yeah, down here, I'll do a little spinorama play. Of course, we have aquatics. We're on the West Coast. We have to have aquatics. And that works actually on the East Coast as well for you folks out there. The sun shirts, which you've seen some of already. We've only got, with regard to the exotics and the dinosaur designs, we don't have them all out here. And it's a bit of a tricky area because, you know, the zoos, when they're, like, for example, there's no pandas here, but we're doing the pandas for Catherine, or some of them. You know, and at the Toronto Zoo, they might have, different customers have different needs, and they have an animal that's suddenly come to the zoo and has become very popular, and they need art for that particular exhibit that they might have at that time. That's kind of what our specialty is highlighting that and creating the art. So we've put some of our exotics in the catalog, but really, if you need something, call us. We'll get it done, and we'll get it done right. And you can even send us a photo of your favorite animal. We'll turn that into a t-shirt for you. And again, of course, again, the dinosaur designs. And again, we do a lot. This is not even close to what we do a lot of custom work with this dinosaur designs for people as well. Because not everybody, you know, some people just want to open the catalog, buy the product, ship it to me, and get going. Other people want something that's custom just for them, representing where they are and who they are. We'll go down this end now to the other end of the display. Have a look at the children's designs. Roughly 20% of our sales are in children's, and we're always trying to change it up. And Carrie Lair has a children's design in the Bears of a Feather, and it's a beautiful design. It's done really well. We also have it on Royal as well. And of course, Campfire Critters, just the old standby. I didn't think it looked, I think I mentioned this last year, I didn't think it looked good on hot pink, but it sells fantastic on hot pink, so what the heck do I know? As you can see, moonlit pups, we've got the wolves, the front and back design, so this is the grandma grabber, we call this, with first outing, both on pink and on light blue. Lazy up here, lazy bear, front and back design. Grandmas flip it over and see that, they go nuts, they buy it for their kids. This is a new design from Patrick Lamont. This is Gruff. He's cute as a button. and he's going to come on a turquoise and a purple as well. With the children's designs, quite often when you merchandise them all the different colors, that's what grabs the consumer's eye. When they're in the store and they're looking around and they see these bright colors, they draw there. Now once they get there, they'll make their decision, and quite often it's Campfire Critters. but whatever it might be that draws them, the color draw them to the area. And I think that's an important part of the variety of color in the children's designs. And here, there's something new that we're trying this year, and we thought we'd introduce it to you. It's a little bit of magic involved, so stay tuned. Shazam! It's that easy. The new t-shirt display is that easy to put together. All you have to do is go Shazam, and you have a t-shirt display. Or not. We have instructions come on how to put it together, and actually we put it together here in the warehouse, so it can be done. And basically, it's your typical t-shirt display. It's not rocket science. You've seen them out there 100,000 times before. But you know, when I looked at all the different ways of merchandising our shirts, this is the most effective way to do it. 2 feet of retail space been used up. You have a picture of the actual product here, so that people don't have to rifle through to see what it is. They can identify it as such. There's room for 20 designs in this display. We also, it comes complete, as you see. We also ship you in the signage up top, and it's actually Velcro to the top. And there's just, we like the big sign, but there's smaller signs too. And basically this sign just tells people it is designed and printed in Canada. So this product is designed and printed in Canada. So, okay, while we don't have a Canadian label, our own label inside it, it is identified as a Canadian product, and that really does help the sales. And this didn't happen by chance. Some of our reps out there have customers have asked them to try to use racks, and we did some tests with some racks to see how they would do, and they increased sales considerably, 25 to 30% in some cases, just because we had a rack set up. So, you know, this is just another way to merchandise the product. And if you want one, we've got some, we actually stocking some in the warehouse now, so we can get them to you fairly quickly. As much notice as possible would be appreciated. And there's actually a booking form in the catalog that you've already received. You probably know more about it than I do by now. But this is brand new to Harlequin, and we hope you can take advantage of it. Got some new designs of hats, and I thought I'd introduce them to you. This is a new eagle design. As you can see, we've got in a little bit creative with the name drops here. The grizzly out of Mount Ralston here, a black bear. The moose is new as well. I think it looks really nice tonal, the brown on brown, brown on tan. And of course we still have our wolf, hummingbird, and polar bear hats as well. But these are 4 new hat designs. Sherry appreciates modeling the next piece here because a little chilly in the warehouse this Saturday morning. This is all of our full zips that we carry have in this case, a wolf paw on the front, and gray wolf in this case is printed on the back. As you can see, we try to line it up so that the hood doesn't interfere when it's down with the design. That's an important part of the screen printing side of it. And also your name drop / location, as we like to call it, goes right underneath the paw. In the same kind of color there as well. And we actually do a little bit of puff work on the paw, so it has a little bit of puff to it, and it ends up in your name drop as well. So it just gives it a little bit more style. Of course, we have crew necks as well, and we have hooded sweats as well. The full zips tend to be the best seller for a variety of reasons. And you'll see in the catalog all the variety of ones that we carry now. What I don't have, and I should explain a little bit about them, are the 5 new designs we have with embroidered left chests on them. They haven't quite been done yet, so I apologize for not showing them to you yet. But by the time you view this, they will be available for sure. This is the 3 wolf design. So many of you who carry the sun shirts are familiar with this design. And this is the full zip hooded sweat. And I really wondered how the full zip would work, to be honest with you. I had to see it. And in this design, but it actually works very stunning, very effective. Now this happens to be their most expensive, and you'll see in the e-catalog from the sun shirts what the pricing is. And but you know what? I think this could sell for $65, 65, even $70. I don't think that would be a problem. This is a very unique product. So you know, and you don't have to carry a ton of them. There's something unique and different, but for some people who want to spend a little bit more and get something more stylish, I think this might be right in their bailiwick. And it's mostly for women, but I can see some guys buying this actually, to be honest with you, younger guys especially. So, and there's quite a few of these different designs out there. We've picked this one because we thought it was one of the more stunning ones. But thanks, Cher. And there's long sleeve tees in that catalog. There's they have crew necks and hoodies, which are a little bit less money as well. So you're still in the fleece category. But that one, that full zip there, I think some of you are going to do very well with it. And again, like you did, like you taught us, you did very well with the sunshirts, just bringing it little bits at a time, testing out the water. I think it's a good opportunity for us there too to work on. In closing, I'd just like to say thank you for your time and checking us out, and welcome. And what I mentioned earlier about the exotics and the dinosaur designs and custom pieces. We custom piece just about anything. Minimums are very achievable. Art is very reasonable. So it's just a matter of working out the details and figuring out what works for you. But yes, just give us a call or shoot us off an email, and we'll get you a quote and like to get you set up with a design that's right for you.